Today we're getting back the snow people we made last week when we studied Grandma Moses. We are going to move on to the next step and come back to tracing and coloring at the end of class today. So for this first step today, we're going to need a pair of scissors to cut. I'm going to use my scissors to cut down the side of my snow person and all the way to the top. When I get to the top, I'm going to flip them upside down and cut right down this other side. So now I just have the portrait of the person, no background. Remember when you cut that your elbow's at your side next to your ribs, your scissors point straight ahead, and your paper turns as you go around the corner like that. Cool, there we go. There's my snow person all cut out. Don't worry if you cut your name off on the back, because guess what? We're gonna put it on a new paper. Okay, so with this new paper, I'm gonna turn it vertical. My name and class code on there, Mrs. Clark, 1F. Flip to the back. And I'm gonna set my person in the center where I want them on my snowy hill. And I'm gonna use my pencil to trace around very lightly. Just sliding my pencil along the edge of the person so that I can tell where their body's gonna sit on the paper. Oh, there they are. It's kind of like a gingerbread cutout, right, of the person's body. Now, here comes the fun. All we need is one blue marker, and we're gonna go around the outside of where that person was. Notice how my marker is on its side, so it makes a nice thick line. Go right around the edge. And in some places, like underneath, like down, if it's like a sled or if the person's standing, you might put a little bit more shadow on the ground because this is gonna look like some blue shadows in the snow. Or if they're laying down and doing like a snow angel, you can put lots of blue all the way around because their whole body is laying down. And then we're gonna take some water and a brush. Do you know what happens to marker when we put water on it? The water starts to dissolve the marker. So watch this. A brush dipped in water. I'm gonna go along the edge. And look at that, the blue starts oozing out into my background. Super cool. So I'm gonna take my brush and go all the way around, just touching the blue, dipping back in the water, touching the blue. It's starting to look kind of melty, like those oozy shadows in the snow. While it's drying, if you have any coloring to finish your tracing, you can do that. So let's pretend that I have traced their whole body. I drew right on top of the pencil lines and then I erased it. Got rid of as many of the pencil lines as I could. Now I'm adding color with my crayons. I'm gonna go all one direction with the lines across the face, making small stacks of crayon lines, pressing lightly. I want to make sure that this is not scribbly, so instead of my arm going fast across the page, small, slow stacks of lines, neatly colored in. I don't want to miss a spot, and I don't want it to look messy. I'd like this to look smooth like skin. So if I start coloring vertical up and down, I'm going to continue to color vertical, not different directions like that. I'm going to finish coloring all the way to the edges of the shape. And then one of the things I love about crayons is I can layer color. So to make it look more like my skin tone, I'm going to add a second shade of tan on top, layering those colors, filling in all the empty spaces. Nice and neat, smooth like skin. Then I'm going to switch to crayons for the hair. And hairs have different textures. So if your hair is wavy, you can make loopy or wavy little lines for curls or waves. Or if you want it straight lines to show the texture and the direction that your hair is going. On the accessories, You can choose any fun colors you want. Just remember, on the face and the ears, we want it skin tone. On the hair, we want it to look like your hair, so choose the color that's closest to yours. And then any fun color on the snow outfit and hat. Now that we have the pieces done, we're going to put them together. Take a glue line all the way around the edge of your person, flip it, and stick it. We're using white glue on a brush today, and that will attach your person to the background. You can also make some dots of glue and stick on snowflakes.